I'm not interested. I'm in a call.
Credit card,
Uh,
loan.
Credit card. I thought it's some job.
Oh, okay. So you guys have telemarketers there.
Too many.
Oh, okay.
So Dave, you
So
still look so fresh
what we
despite
will,
Yeah, the morning air, morning fresh air. That's all I can attribute that to.
which country again?
Guyana in South America. It's the only
Oh,
English-speaking
South
country in South
America.
America. Yeah, only
Actually, yeah,
English-speaking country.
we try to do it in the different time, but people are preferring this time. Maybe
What's
we
the
will
time
try to
actually in
make
Dubai? I never asked that. What's the time in Dubai right
2
now?
p.m.
2 p.m. Oh, so
Yes,
you guys are already had lunch and everything.
not
full
yet.
of energy now. No, no, lunch not yet. Yes,
But
breakfast done.
Oh, okay.
after, if I make it, the problem if I make it 3 p.m., then it will become lunchtime. After lunch, people become lazy. So 2 is
I
an
understand.
appropriate time, just
Yeah, I
before
understand.
lunch.
Mhm.
Because
I
if
understand that.
the problem is in the second half, right? Evening time, like after 3 p.m., people want to go outside in the evenings.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is a like now is the daytime. It is just people have their breakfast. They get
Mm-hmm.
ready and then they sit,
Mm-hmm.
and then that is a good time. So
Yeah.
let us experiment. We experimented with some other time also, and
Okay. Like what are the times?
we had one in the evening also. I think you did
Oh,
not join
okay.
that one.
Oh, okay.
6 p.m.
Oh, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. I mean, 4 hours after 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And that is
Well,
it.
the
So
time is fine enough for me, right? I won't want it to change on account of just one person, all right? It's fine
yeah,
enough for me.
yeah. I always put in the group to get people who want the time is not working, but there are only
Mm-hmm.
one or two people who are in that other time zone, in the US
Oh, I
time zone.
understand.
But I told someone else also in the group to do one meeting on
Mm-hmm.
a weekday, so that the people from the US time zone can join. But
Oh, okay.
no one took the lead. Maybe you can take the lead. Maybe want to arrange some one thing on.
No,
Uh,
during the week, remember that will be a work week, right? And I might not be available for a during the week session, right? What time during the week or what day did you have in mind?
week around maybe on a Wednesday or something. Wednesday,
Okay.
Dubai, maybe your morning time. But that is a problem.
Uh-huh.
Your morning time. But that you guys have to go to work. May some of you have to go to work, so it is becomes tough.
Yeah, yeah. That would be very challenging. I like the
Mm.
weekend. We should keep it to the weekend.
Yeah, we will try one more. I don't know. Let's see what people say. Uh,
Mhm.
because this mostly people from this part of the world are here. Dubai,
Okay.
India. Some are joining from India. Some are joining from the other part. So people, I think we will just. I think the old. Just put in the group that we are going to start in 5-10 minutes, and we will have a quick introduction of the new people here. Harini, can you give a quick introduction?
Mhm.
So
Good evening, everyone. So, I'm Harni from India. So, I'm working as a data warehouse engineer in analytics. So, I'm just beginning to learn data science, and I know a little bit SQL and Python. So, I'm waiting to develop my knowledge and use AI to be more productive. That's it.
amazing. Anyone else wants to speak up till and people join? Okay, let me just do one thing. 9 people are there. Uh, I have launched a poll. Can you guys answer the poll? So today is our seventh online meetup, and we are consistently doing this for the seventh time. And the plan is to continue doing this. And the format is quick introduction of the people who are new, because we already like talk. I already know Dale, Pradeep, because we have already communicated. People who are regular, it is fine. They will already they will talk, so they people know about them. But the new people who are coming in should at least get a 1 minute to talk about themselves. regularly. And the thing is, community meetup is very different from webinars. Here you need to come up, you need to talk to each other. There will be a lightning talks. Today's lightning talk around half an hour will be given by Dale. And the purpose of these type of meetups is also to invite other people to talk, share their knowledge. It can be in the space of AI or business where they are using AI. So I am trying to get people to come and talk, right? And the thing is, if there is only 10 people or 12 people in the room, they will also not like to present. So uh, that is the main thing, that we need to get people to join this meeting. That is the first part. And see, two people are coming for the first time. Okay, so can you, Paramjeet and Anve, can you introduce yourself? Habib, Sumit,
Yeah, sure.
Azia, I know, but you can just quickly tell.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Anvay Paranspe. I'm based out of India. I we total experience about 24 years. I currently run the data analytics practice for a telecom company. And that's about. I'm well versed with SQL, Power BI. I know a little bit about Python. But we are moving towards our company is moving towards AI, and that's why I was curious in terms of learning more about AI and joining this group.
Amazing. So you have a lot of experience in the data analytics
Not
piece.
too much. I would say I have a lot of experience. Before this, I was working in the ERP field, then security and compliance. So I have experience in the finance and auditing domain. Data analytics more in the last 3 years, since I did a course with IIIT Bangalore for data sciences. It's been about 2 years now. But since then, I kind of run the data analytics practice for the company.
And this is your first time, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Cool, cool. So that is a nice thing. So the purpose of this meetup is like, and this type of community meetups is mainly uh, knowledge sharing, right?
Sharing. Yeah.
One
Okay.
thing is very important is because everyone is from different industries, different use cases. Like this is our seventh meetup today.
Okay.
And there is the main intention and plan is to have this regular weekly. Whatever happens weekly, this will happen, and we will also try to get more knowledge sharing sessions, plan the action. So we were figuring out for the last few weeks what is the correct time, and now it is like more or less Saturday. This time we are trying to fix for now. I know this is like vacations are starting, summer vacations and all are starting, but we need to be consistent, right? Because if consistency is very important in doing anything. uh, cool. So now who else wants to introduce next?
This is Habib here. Yeah, so my full name is Mohammad Habibullah. I am basically a data scientist with around 17 years of experience, total experience. And yeah, I have been currently I'm in Saudi Arabia right now on a deputation on a project. Yeah, that's about me.
Yeah, that is amazing. Can someone here, Dale or someone, just put on the group that please join? Just take a screenshot and put in the group, please. There are 21 people registered, but slowly people are coming. If you just tell that we are going to start, so anyone who can just volunteer to put a screenshot in the group and tell to join, and the link also I have given in the group. So just you can see, you can just, that will be helpful. So who wants to go next?
Hi, I am Paramjeet. I have around 12 years of experience in data science. I was currently working with sports analytics company, Super Six Sports, as VP data science. So the primary use case that we're trying to solve was what is the right fantasy 11 for any fantasy contests.
Amazing. So so your experience in in data analytics or the machine learning side?
Machine learning side.
Amazing. And what is your motivation and purpose to be in this group?
So primarily the towards AI. So in the industry, primarily machine learning is which we are using as now. Trend is moving towards AI, but I want to understand how much practical it is for AI to be actually at the production level. At the learning level, it's really great, but haven't seen much on the production use cases.
But when you say AI, machine learning also is a part of AI, right?
Right. So more of I'm saying, which I want AI in the sense like generative AI or the AI that we talk about, policy gradient and self-learning model. That is something which I'm
Or the deep learning side
deep,
that you're saying, the deep
deep learning
learning,
and self-learning. Yeah.
OpenCV, the
OpenCV, I
image
know there are many use
recognition.
cases. So OpenCV has a lot of use cases, but generative AI, especially when you talk about self-learning models, those
Got it,
models
got it.
I have not seen much actual practically in industry as of now.
Yeah, no, everyone is figuring out that till now. To be honest, it is people are still figuring out about that. But we are discussing actually. Some of our teammates here have been discussing, and we are all working something towards generative AI. Some small projects we are doing, and I think last session Pradeep had given a talk how he has used these new tools and build applications.
Right.
Uh,
Yes.
Today also Dale is going to talk something about it. Let's see. Anyone else who wants to introduce before we start our session? Habib, HP. What is your name, HP? Can you just go ahead? I
I
think
think
first
you're
time
on mute.
you're on mute.
No, he's not on mute actually. Maybe his
He's not on mute.
audio is
Mr.
not
Ya,
connected.
yeah, he's not on mute. Anyone else?
Hey,
Mr. Yaman,
yep, can you
Sumit.
hear me?
Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How about you guys?
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, so are we doing like a round robin introduction or something?
Yes, yes. We are doing it for the new people. Yeah.
All right, cool. It's my first time, so I think I can go if there's other people who want to go as well.
Go ahead. You go ahead. It's
Yeah,
fine. No, you have taken.
yeah. So my name is Zakaria, but you can call me Zach for short. So I'm a full stack developer. I did Java, Spring Boot, and I also did Node.js and even did Python. But my first introduction to machine learning was when I was still in college, and our first POC was, or our research title was, we wanted to make shopping cart autonomous, so they just follow wherever you go, so you don't have to push it anymore. And from there, I just got hooked up with that. And my first work was with DXC Technology. That was 2019, Philippines. So I'm currently located in the Philippines. And actually, I had the very first interaction with building chatbots. So first we did some POCs like extractive. So you would upload the PDFs. We started with GPT-2. So you could give the GPT-2 a context and then a question, and then it will answer the question from the context you provided. And we also use some other models like Google Bird and some other models. So that was really in 2019, and we did build these POCs on that was 2019. From there, we did multiple other POCs, and my last POC with them was generative AI, and I used BERT -5 that was released by Google, I think. And so from there, I left DXC, and I actually I built around 7 POCs on machine learning and chatbots. I was focused more on chatbots. I did suggest some other ideas like replace password with just a signature. Maybe I can just use OpenCV and Air Canvas so that I can sign and log in without having to save so many passwords, because I was also sick of having so many passwords. Like I don't know where to keep these passwords, especially when you're working. And the idea also why I came up with the idea for chatbots, that was for DXC. We were asked to demo. We were asked to demo different chatbots. No, we were asked to demo some of the POCs that we worked on. So I had worked on previous POC, and we were like every time asked like, can you demo the POC? And I was like, why can't we just create something, maybe machine learning, that we can talk to, or we can train, or we can give it some context, and then we can ask, let it do the demo for us. Like we don't have to, I don't have to demo again and again and again. So from there, it was just me and another colleague of mine. We built the very first open domain and closed domain chatbots for our company, DXC Philippines. And from there, it just scaled up. We built so many other chatbots from there, and they even some of them went production. This was way 2019. So I am not really a machine learning or Python guy. Like it's just my passion of solving problems. I come up with ideas, and then I try to figure out how can I narrow down to the least, what is the least thing I can do so that I can provide this POC that actually could answer. And I don't want to talk that. I don't want to take your time, guys. So yeah, that's how I got introduced to machine learning and chatbots, and it never left me from there. I just kept on researching, and I knew that there's could be something coming. And I have a feeling that these generative models, LLMs, large language models, like we have open source and we have closed source. Actually, Google was the first one who released the generative models. It was not OpenAI. OpenAI, I don't know. I don't want to make this assumption, but I don't know how they came up with the idea to make a chatbot. Like who would have thought? Because when I was doing research, these large language models or transformers were used for pure scientific, pure research. You use them for Google, for like websites and for recommendations, but nobody has, I don't know, I'm just making this up, or I might be the first who could have like thought of a use case. Maybe we can talk to this model and just like, like a human being, because I wanted to do that. I wanted to like train my own computer, maybe baby computer brain or whatever. So it was just a use case. It was just an idea. And then we had the tools, we had the time to actually do research. And I was doing this on top of my full-time project. Like I was doing this on top of my full-time work.
Sorry to interrupt here. I think we are going, because
Yeah,
today
sorry.
we are excited to, see Dale, definitely
go ahead,
next time I think Mohammad Arshad should give him an opportunity to, speak in detail, and we are very excited to hear you actually. We can see your passion. But
Yeah,
today
Zach,
it's, Dale.
what you can do, yeah, Zach, I wanted to not stop you, but we will we will have you as give a lightning talk about your project in maybe in the next coming events.
Sure,
Now
sure.
I hand over to Dale. He will give a talk, and then Abby there till the end, because I want to also talk about the Falcon challenge that is there, and also the winner for this week's challenge, and also what are the future events that we are going to do and planning about that. So please, guys, whoever are there, stick till the end. And now I'm going to Dale. I'm going to make you the host, and so that you can present your screen, and over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Ashraf, and the other participants for attending. I actually was very intrigued by Zach's conversation because it's sort of a generative AI. GPT-2 was in the Hugging Face library for a long, long time, and none of us, we're just kicking ourselves now. None of us thought about making a chatbot from it. I tried with a recipe generator. It was badly coded, but it got back answers from GPT-2. So many of us are kicking ourselves that we didn't see the chatbot use case so early on. And then OpenAI launched ChatGPT onto the world, and now it's making millions of dollars. So it really comes back to a question I'd like to introduce now, which is what really should be our strategy to generate generative AI products? What is the best strategy? How do you come up with use cases like OpenAI did with ChatGPT? Well, the first thing I'd like to share is this article from MIT. Let me just put the link here. To me, this is, I'll share it in chat. So maybe you guys could look at it along with me. But this article talks about, it makes an interesting observation. It says the future of generative AI. Let me just share my screen. It says the future of generative AI is niche, not generalized, right? So the concept is that ChatGPT has sparked speculation about artificial intelligence. All the craze started with ChatGPT. But this MIT article observes that the next real phase of AI will be in specific domains and context. Meaning that it's just like when Google came out, Google's proposition was you could find anything on the World Wide Web with us, anything. But then Amazon, which came out sometime after, they niched that concept. They went to a specific domain and said, no, if you just want to find books, come to us. And then Facebook came out and they niched the World Wide Web concept and said, no, if you just want to find old friends or make new ones, come to us. So by the time Google wanted to join the social networking aspect of the World Wide Web with their Google Plus program, the market was already owned by Facebook, and no one was leaving the Facebook platform for Google. And so Google had to shut down their entire Google Plus social network platform. So there's a benefit to starting out for us in generative AI by focusing on specific domains, context, and niches. Now, how could we find a niche for which we could develop a generative AI product for? Well, back in the days when I was at university in Australia, completing my MBA, my professor in new product development said something. Start with a problem you have. Chances are, in a world of 8 billion people, your problem might be a problem that millions of other persons have. And there you'd have a market. So for me, all of us who would be interested in generative AI products, start with a problem we have. Think about a problem we really need solved in our own case, or in the case of a family member, or a friend, or someone important to us, and make a generative AI product for that niche. Now, when I thought about that, my problem happened to be chronic kidney disease, right? CKD. And so I asked myself, can AI help me with that? And then I said, yes, I should develop a chatbot, a generative AI product that could help me combat this dreadful disease that I have. Now, what's the size of that niche? How many other people in the world might need a solution like that? Well, let me share some statistics with you on the size of that CKD niche by country. Globally, 800 million people have CKD, according to PubMed, a medical journal. In India, where some of you are, 170 million people have CKD. In the UAE, where Dubai is, there's about 1,085,709 people living with CKD. And in Guyana, where I am, there are 120,000 people living with CKD. Now, just looking at these prevalent statistics should make anyone here who wants to live and see generative AI do all that it could do, think about, might I have CKD? Might the family member have CKD? Because think about those of us who are in India, that's 170 million people, right? And any one of us could have CKD. And a report in Arabian Times recently said, it's the kind of condition that you never know you have it until you do some kind of test and you realize the kidney is failed. That was my personal experience.
Exactly.
So the idea is that I had a niche with millions of people that could benefit from a generative AI product. So what did I do? I decided to create an app. Let me share this app with you for myself that would help myself and the millions of people around the world suffering from chronic kidney disease. All right, so you could check it out in this link here. We should be on your screen, and let me go to it in mine.
Yes, we got it. We got it.
Now, when you click that link, you would come to the landing page of the chatbot, which is quite similar to ChatGPT's landing page. You have a terms of use, which I would encourage persons to read before they log in. That would protect us from any kind of liability should a user claim that they got information from a chatbot that they applied to their kidney health and got into some kind of problem. You could log in. It uses the same Auth0 authentication user management system that ChatGPT uses and OpenAI uses. So I'm already a user, so I would log in there. The chatbot presents users with some questions that they can answer if they have CKD, like what are the signs of CKD? How can I lower my creatine? Things like that. So you may try this question if you're logged in. How can I know whether I have CKD? Because this is a public health crisis. Look at the numbers it's claiming in India. And the chatbot answers any kind of question related to a person's kidney health. They can get answered by this chatbot. And say a mother in India who's paying me for a certain amount of rupees per query, she would not really want her queries, which she's paying for, to be run up, her query bill to be run up by a child who sees a bot like this on her desktop and say, hey, mommy has a bot that's just like ChatGPT. Maybe we could use this for our homework. So when the child comes and enters some question like, what is Bitcoin? Enter. The bot says, I'm not designed to answer that kind of question. As CKD AI chatbot, I'm focused on providing information for kidney health and CKD management. If you have any questions related to kidney health, I would be happy to help. So after a couple of responses like that, the child would leave mommy's chatbot for CKD to mommy. And so a doctor who would license this bot for his clinic and his receptionist to answer questions on CKD when he's not there, he doesn't have to fear that they, while he's out, would run up his bill using this bot by asking how to break up with my boyfriend in a nice way, something ChatGPT would answer because its training is to answer everything the user asks, right? So even if a person speaks another language, all right, let me get a foreign language query and see if maybe someone might be able to help us with this one. Even if a person speaks Arabic, I remember someone says they're from Saudi Arabia. I'm having some problems. Arabic is written from which direction to which direction?
I can send you. You want me to send you?
Yeah, can you type in Arabic
Yes.
inside the bot if you're inside of it already?
You want me to ask like the chatbot itself? Yeah, I'm inside. I logged in.
Let me paste this and see if mine works. If this doesn't work, you could try it, Zach.
All right. Okay.
Well, can you do this for us? Can you tell me what question we asked it and what its answers was?
Yep. Yeah, I can
can't
tell
read
you.
Arabic.
Yeah, if you scroll it a little bit up.
Mm-hmm.
So you ask it, what is the purpose or ما هو مرض الكلى المزمن? What is this kidney disease that is incurable or like consistent? So it says مرض الكلى المزمن هو حالة صحية تتسم بتلف التدريجي للكلى على مدى فترة طويلة. So yeah, it's giving them everything makes sense. What it says here, it's just like what you ask in English.
Yes,
So
yes.
ويمكن إحداث تلف بنتيجة العدد العام مثل الضغط الدموي المرتفع. It's like blood pressure and yeah, it all makes sense.
Yeah, well, whoever could speak Hindi in the group, maybe you could tell us what this response of the bot is talking about.
Actually, we can break so many barriers and walls with AI. Actually, for me, I believe the main purpose of AI, why AI is there, is to help or to take all these less developed countries from the world of no knowledge to the world of knowledge to everybody.
Excellent.
There is no limit to what we can build. We can build, I don't know, the sky is the limit for me. I mean, we can break all these barriers that have been put there for the universities has been there. Like you have to go to this really high prestige university to get educated, but AI just makes it so simple. Even if you live in the top of a mountain in Yemen and you barely have Wi-Fi, you can actually know about science and get to learn. So
yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, sorry.
That's so true, Zach. That's so true, because the implication of this multi-language capability is that any of the 800 million people around the world who have CKD could come to this bot and learn about their conditions.
Sorry to interrupt, but AI is for the less developed countries. The more fortunate countries would say, hey, AI is dangerous, don't do it, block the AI, restrain the AI. But for us, this is an opportunity. Like for countries like Yemen and or those African countries and less developed countries, we need it. We have been looking for this for our whole life. This is the savior we've been waiting for. Just give us the knowledge and we'll do everything. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you, Zach. I agree with you.
Dale, can I ask one question? So right now you have used language translators, right? And you are translating to different languages like Arabic and Hindi, whatever it is. And you're using OpenAI or using some other.
Yes, the multi-language capability actually is a feature of the GPT 3.5 model.
It
right?
knows all the languages. It knows every
it knows all
language.
languages.
Yeah,
It knows
no
all
translation
languages.
need. Yes, no translation need. Yeah.
No,
That's
but
correct, Zach.
someone has to actually, the thing is someone has to, there was a talk, someone has to authenticate and make sure that the languages that they're generating, right? The like this Hindi or Arabic, it is accurate.
Yes.
Because sometimes what happens when you do translations, you miss out on the proper translation. Like the way, like here in this case that you're showing me, chronic and the word Purani, the Hindi word that is Purani means old. So it is not actually able to translate chronic properly in the Indian language. Purani means you're getting it, it's old kidney disease. There is a lot of difference between old kidney disease and chronic kidney disease. I hope you understand.
Yeah, that's true, right? OpenAI addressed the language issue, right? And this is the response they gave. That's actually one of the frequently asked questions on our user page, right? Which says, Kitty accepts input questions, prompts in any language and answers in the user's native language. Please note, and this is a quote from OpenAI, that while GPT 3.5 Turbo, the model on which CKDI is based, is most proficient in English, and while it can understand generated in other languages such as Spanish, French, Italian, German, and Dutch, the quality of the responses can vary. So that's
Guys,
their position on your issue.
I have an answer. I have an answer to Mohammed's question. Sorry. So it all depends on the data. What kind of data are you feeding the model? If you're feeding the model a textbook data about kidney disease in a translated Hindi language, because how these AIs work is it converts the words, the letters into numbers, into vectors, and then it tries to group which of these numbers always come together. That's why it's called generative, because it always tries to predict what's the best next word to put based on the training data that you've trained the model with. So if I train the model with Arabic books or Arabic data about anything, let's say a disease, anything I want, it's gonna spit the perfect words because I have given it the best quality of data, which is textbooks. And the same for OpenAI. That's why their model is not able to answer, because they didn't have the training data they needed. Because you need a huge amount of people to go and clean the data, because this data is taken from scraping the internet and it's not clean data. So you need to go clean this data and make sure, textbook data is the best. If we can read scan the books and convert that into digital and then feed it to the model, because books are the best. They're the best source of knowledge. And if we take this inside the transformers, the transformer will be talking like a textbook. And that's it. We just
That's
need
a good
the training
point.
data. Yeah.
That's a good point. So the thing is, for languages, OpenAI says for languages that were underrepresented in its training, GPT 3.5 might make some mistakes, like the one you pointed out, Mohammed. So how did I go about training this bot? Well, OpenAI has a place where developers, AI product developers, can go to test their bots on the GPT 3.5 model. I guess most of you would know how to get to OpenAI Playground, but let me just share the link if you don't know, right?
You can also build something like this without even OpenAI. We can use Flowise, LangChain. There are so many open source platforms that you can make a chatbot and even fine tune this chatbot, where we call it alignment. So you want to align the chatbot who doesn't, he's not familiar about things. So I align it with me. Hey, here's how I think. I'm a student and I think like this. So I give it some context. I give it some responses, how I would respond to this. And we can build our own even without using OpenAI. That's why we need these open source models, because we don't want them to take control of everything.
Yeah. And so to train your model, right? To train your model, there's a more convenient way OpenAI provides the developers named Playground. I just sent the link in chat. You could save it. And how do you find the GPT 3.5 model that I wanted to build CKDI with? You go to Mode, Chat, and you're able to select from 2 versions of the GPT 3.5 model. You come across here to system. Now this is a general system prompt that controls ChatGPT. It tells GPT 3.5, you're a helpful assistant. And so anybody comes to you with a question, act like a helpful assistant. Give them any information they want. But remember, we're moving away from generality. We're trying to move more towards specificity because we just want the chatbot to talk about chronic kidney disease. So we would give it a more customized niche type prompt than the one that is shared, that is part of the system there. So the kind of prompt that I would give it would be something like, you are CKD AI. If you were making a dating application, you might call it you might tell it you're love AI. And my restriction to the prompt would be like, you only answer questions related to chronic kidney disease. Kidney disease. If you receive questions that, forgive my typing speed, that are not related
That's fine. That's
to
fine.
CKD,
I mean, we're intelligent that we even speak more than one language. So I'm proud of you.
answer, I am not, answer that you're not. You are not designed to answer that kind of question. Right now, the next, this will control, this is system, this is prompt engineering, something that Mr. Mohammed has a course on. Actually, also, aside from his course,
This is also called fusion learning. So or instruction learning, where we fine-tune the model. Rather, we want to align the model with what we want it to do. Because it's really general model. So we want to tell it, hey, you're just a baby who, can do this and do that. And it's just gonna act like that. So we're just restraining it.
exactly. So you would know, Mohammed would be able to point you to his prompt engineering course. And if you want some supplemental ideas on prompt engineering, maybe you could check out
Yeah. Actually,
this link here.
yeah, again, prompt engineering is not a rocket science. It's just how you can talk with anybody. If I want to talk to a scientist,
Yeah.
how would you talk to that scientist?
Exactly. It's as some OpenAI technician called it, it's like programming in English,
Yeah,
a
it's just
natural language.
yeah.
So
It's a way of communication.
yeah, so for prompt engineering, maybe a supplement to our Arshad's course, if you have the time. My book on ChatGPT, Amazon offers 2 free chapters and both are on prompt engineering. So you could go there and you'd learn how to kind of give ChatGPT the kind of prompts like this one. Give GPT 3.5 kind of prompts like this one that would make it into a customized chatbot. In my case, CKD AI, if you want to build a dating app or Love AI, you could give it the kind of prompt that will make it only answer those kind of questions. But in my case, you would have to also look at the temperature. Temperature is a facet of the model that controls how creative it is or is not. Now, when persons want answers on their health, I would want to be less creative. So I would pull this slider here down to 0. The closer it is to 0 or at 0, the less creative and imaginative the bot's responses are. And I won't want to,
yeah, we're like we're making it human-like. It's like just like a human. Don't go crazy. Just like
exactly. So to minimize the talk crazy, I would bring the bot down to 0. But in your Love AI or dating application, you would want to carry temperature all the way up because you want the bot to be as imaginative and creative as it is when it's answering people's dating or relationship questions and issues, right? But for us, we want to bring temperature down to 0. Maximum length, this is in the idea of tokens. The bot could only handle certain amount of text inputs at every turn. It must process this prompt and the user's message at the same time. So you want to allow, like in my case, I want to allow a maximum length of like 1003 or 1000 tokens so that the user could ask a question like maybe 500 words or so. So after now I've set up system prompt, I selected my model, set the temperature and the maximum length. the user can now ask questions like, what is, let's say they want to ask them like, who is Gandhi or who is Obama? See, acting on the prompt, the bot would refuse to answer that question. So when I see that, I realize, hey, this bot is operating according to my training and it's not ready for the public. It will only answer questions related to CKD. So how can I now make this distribute this as an application? Well, for distributing it as an application, you can find no better product than Gradio. Some of you may know about Gradio, especially those of us who use Hugging Face. Gradio makes chatbots, right? It's a Python library that enables you to make a chatbot interface. That's Mohammed's course on prompt engineering.
Yeah, there's also Streamlit, which is, I think Streamlit is easier.
Streamlit is very good too.
Yeah.
Streamlit is
It's
good
beginner
too.
friendly. Yeah.
For Gradio, because it's a Python library, you'll need some basic Python, and Mohammed's course here on Python, that would be also a very interesting course to take. Just to get an idea of how to operate a Gradio, how to code a Gradio chatbot, right? This is the Gradio website. You could learn a lot more about building chatbots with Gradio here. But the Gradio chatbot I built was used with Google Colab. Google Colab is a real great environment for building chatbots, building machine learning applications, and AI products. Now, all this you would learn from Mohammed's course. How to install a Python library, in this case, Gradio, OpenAI's library, import the libraries into you learn about import statements in his course. We import Gradio, we import OpenAI. We set a Python variable, OpenAI key. You learn about naming variables and so on. We set its value to the one that I would have gotten from Playground. We define the chatbot, like what it's going to do. We put that same prompt, we tested on Playground here, so that the chatbot would behave as it did on Playground when we share it with the world. Text DaVinci 3, we set the engine. This is really another name for GPT 3.5 model. And we set the same temperature 0 and same max tokens was 1000. 1000 we allow the user. We set up the Gradio interface here, and then we launch a chatbot. We go to runtime, run all, and the chatbot is being built in the Google Colab workbook. Built and launched. This is just going to take like 10 seconds more.
So does this launch on the internet also, or it's on the local?
I'll show you. The Gradio app really runs live online.
Oh, nice. Because Streamlit, you need to actually do it two times. You need to run in your local, and then from local, you need to publish it on the cloud. So this is an easier option.
Yeah, Gradio's the best thing. It's really popular on Hugging Face when it comes to building chatbots and so on. So this is the chatbot, all right? It could be made very nice if I had, or you're willing to put more work into the interface of the chatbot, the interface method, GR, that interface. But this is the Gradio chatbot. And the nice thing about this is that you could now take this link here and you could share it with all your friends. You've now built a chatbot that they could just, if you put this in your WhatsApp, put it on your website or so on, they could now go here.
Yeah, that's how easy it is.
Yeah, and ask questions of the bot. All right? Same kind of questions we did earlier. Right? I find that
this is
well this here it detected this question is not related to kidney disease, right? So
this is very normal
in a case like this.
Yeah, this is really normal because the generative models we currently have are just right now they're just like babies. They're just trying to figure out what to say. So this is very expected. We just need to train it. It's just like you're raising a baby. That's it. As simply as that. It's gonna make a lot of mistakes, but you always have to correct it, teach it what's right from wrong, what's good from bad. and
Yeah.
just let it be.
Yeah, in
So-
that case, you would train it by going back to the prompt and trying to make it more specific. You might have to go back to
Yeah.
playground and make the prompt again. Arshad's
Yes.
course on prompt engineering would be useful. Go back to the prompt and make it more specific.
Exactly.
The problem with the collab link is that it only lasts, collab only sponsors it for 72 hours. Now, if you want a VC or an investor to look at this app, you might say, hey, I can check it out next week. And that would be like more than 72 hours.
Yeah.
So a good place to host the Gradio app is on Hugging Face. And so this is my Hugging Face version of the app. Let's see if the code is stronger here. If the prompt is stronger here. Let's say chronic kidney disease.
So quick question, how do you provide feedback? Like you asked the previous question, what is kidney disease? And it did not give the right answer. So how do you provide feedback in this
Yeah,
case?
well, you in feedback, remember the developer would have the responsibility, as I do, to ask as many questions related to CKD as he could in every way. That's really testing the model. And also on the website.
So I think I have a quick answer to that. Can I go, Dale? Is that okay? I'm sorry, I've been interrupting you this time. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. I'll just answer that later, maybe. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, on the website, users are introduced to the kind of questions they can ask, like quick questions and conversation starters. All of these questions and their answers have been tested. When OpenAI trains ChatGPT, they used RLHF, human reinforcement learning, human feedback, where they did something like what we were doing here. Give the bot a question, see how the bot responds to it, and then the human on the receiving end looks at the response and decides whether it is good or bad or in between, and then retrains the system prompt to give a better answer next time. That's basically what a reinforcement learning human feedback, the basis of ChatGPT, that's how it really works. And that's something that I would have to do here. You know, I would have a nephrologist ask questions of the bot. And just as happened there, if I see the bot make an error in the answer, that means I have to go back and do more work on the system prompt to ensure that the bot is answering questions correctly, just like OpenAI does with RLHF, right? So the Hugging Face version, this stays online all the time. Wherever Hugging Face is online, this version of the bot stays up, right? So you could distribute this, you could have your friends start testing the application, you could have potential users start testing the application. And then, of course, you work a bit more on the interface until you get to where we were at the outset, right? Which is this, right?
It's an amazing work, man.
And the completed situation, you move away from Gradio. You know what, have the time, since you have a working bot, you have a working way of hosting it, you see that it's good, it's answering questions well. Your last set of work would be on making a nice, appealing, user-friendly interface like this to introduce it to the wider world. So I think I would have accomplished my objectives. I give our attendees a solid AI product development strategy, which is niching, as the MIT article said, focused on specific domains and use cases, right? In terms of, and you could start with a personal problem you have or a problem someone important to you have, and build an AI application for that. We also learned how to develop and test that AI application in Playground, which OpenAI opens to all developers where they could get their API keys from. We learned how to build an interface for the application in Gradio, and also how to deploy it in Hugging Face. So I believe members of our data science group can take all these ideas and begin, even today, building a chatbot. I would be glad if someone could just come up with a prompt, love AI, and a prompt that would train the chatbot to answer only questions about love and relationships, and eventually come to some kind of interface like this and put another AI application into the world. It's all easy as that 1, 2, 3 steps that I was able to share with you here. here today. So thanks for that opportunity.
Dale, so right now the one that you are showing, this is also based on Gradio, and what other applications are you using to show the one that you are sharing in the screen right now?
Yeah,
Where are you hosting this? This
this
website,
here,
CKD.
yeah, this is on my website. I have a hosting account with a company named iPage. Our hosting company named iPage. So the development files would have been uploaded there, and the normal process of going live. So I would have secretai.com is actually a domain on my web account, right, for this website. And the chatbot is really one of its pages in a sense, one of its pages. But
So when
persons
you
who want to deploy could deploy, you know, if they put together their code, they could deploy anywhere. They have Heroku.
And you can deploy in, there's so many cloud applications. It's so easy to deploy.
Google Cloud. Yeah, I had it on Google Cloud in
Azure, Google Cloud,
Docker, a Docker image on Google Cloud. Right?
So
I really
I was
like
asking
Google for
specific to
deployment.
you, Dale. So yours is in mainly Google Cloud, the application that you are the OpenAI and everything, where the prompts are getting saved. I'm sure the whatever users, like suppose someone is logging in, right? And are you also having the using LangChain and capturing the memory of every user and storing it as a history or
No,
something?
actually, all user actions, if I can share, all user actions I store in Auth0, right? This is where OpenAI stores their stuff. I really try to emulate OpenAI as much as I could. Everything they did for user management, that's what I did. Everything they, you know, because that helps with the fact that if you give people something they're familiar with, they're more at ease with it. If I introduce a chatbot to the world, I want it to resemble in functionality and in appearance the chatbot they're accustomed to. So when I realized OpenAI uses Auth0, I decided to use Auth0 too. The user would be having a familiar experience when they're logging into my chatbot. And through Auth0, I could do stuff like remind them when they should pay for their subscription. I could block users. I could do so many things that so many of the user management options that Auth0 provides. Right?
Amazing. When you said Auth0, what is that? Auth0 is what actually? When you
It's
said
an authentication provider, right? If you log into ChatGPT, you would see the link turns to auth0.openai. It's an authentication provider that ensures that persons are only logging in with the proper username, proper password. They're authenticated and then they become a user.
So you use the same thing.
Yeah,
Use the
same thing.
Okay. Amazing. Anyone else has any questions? Like you can ask Dale. It was very, very interesting presentation. And before also now coming to this thing, right? I have put on the group that there is a submission by Falcon LLM is asking for a submission of a good use case. And if they select it and and it is a good use case, right? A little bit more that is going to solve some problem and can use the open source model like Falcon and do something. So as a group, we can like think about it, brainstorm, and maybe at least apply. Or if you want to do it, even as I feel doing it as a team is going to be better, because you can get a lot of experience, and you can get also, it can be like a learning project, and how you can use these type of applications, and if it is helping to solve some business problems in a better way, right, and making a good use case about it.
That's a good idea, Mr. Mohammed. But the problem with GPT is that I don't think it would be called an open source or a free model.
No,
I would
not
advise
GPT.
persons to
No. So I have sent one link. I've sent one link. If you can see WhatsApp, I sent a link in the morning. So there is an open source model called Falcon. If you remember, if you know about Falcon, right?
Yeah, I know about Falcon.
Yeah. So for Falcon, the company that is hosting Falcon, they have come out with a use case submission process. Like people can think, brainstorm, and they can you have a good use case, not because many people are submitting. It's going to be a big competition type, right? And you can
Mhm.
submit a use case. It can be a PowerPoint presentation with all ideas. Like maybe we can share some link where people can put their ideas, and uh, we can brainstorm, and we can make a good use case and present it and submit it. So they require a proper, what are you going to do with that application, who are the users, what business problem you are going to solve, and all those things. So that is what I wanted to also introduce in this call. Just go and see the link. I put it in the morning. I will share it again here. I will share it with the whole group again here. It is very interesting. I think it is a good learning experience. Even if our case is not, if our project is not accepted, but at least we can build something uh, later on also as a learning, and people who want to learn and practice, that is going to be a good thing for them as well. So let me just share the link again. I think some of you, Zach has already seen that link. That's why, let me put it again. Yes, I'm putting
Okay.
it again.
If anybody would like, they can use CKD AI, but a free model you could use it with is Dolly. Dolly is available right here on Hugging Face. So just follow the process and make a Dolly version of the app instead of an
That,
OpenAI version.
one second, let me put it here. Yes. Yes, I have put it on the group, this on the chat. So just have a look here, and someone is asking a question. Azam is asking a question. I'll just repeat it. Or if you can read it yourself. How long did it take to you to prepare the chatbot and this website? Azam is asking a question to you, Dale. How long did it take you to prepare this chatbot and this website?
It took, I would say, 2 to 3 months, right? It wasn't as pretty as you. The hardest work sometime in creating a product for the world is to make it good looking. In its early phases, it was one of these ugly looking things like what we have on Hugging Face here. This is another application, but in its early phases, it was just bare minimum and bad looking. So building an interface, sometimes you would have to get help. I didn't really have any. So I had to go from the ground up trying to make that. And I'm not really good at graphics and making things look nice,
Yes.
PowerPoint and so on. So I really, most of the work was in that area.
So that is what I tell, like community, right? So come see, some people will be good. That's why I told some people will be good in the coding. Some people will be good in designing prompts. Some people will be good in making a good user interface. And so that is a good thing about when people come together and work for a project. If I see, nowadays, if you work individually, you cannot do everything, right? You are not
That's
good
true.
at so that is why I wanted to at least think about whoever are interested from this group. We can maybe brainstorm, think about it, and try to do a proposal, and it is going to be a good learning experience, right? If it is selected, well and good. If not, also we can at least build a prototype.
Can I add something to it as well? So I
Yeah, go
think,
ahead.
yeah. So when it comes to how long did it take you? Don't waste your time trying to answer this question, but rather try to answer what do you want to solve. If you answer that question, what do you want to solve specifically? Now you ask your question, what do I need to solve? What do I need to build or to solve my problem? And you guys start like go YouTube, look for articles online. How do they build the chatbots or anything? And just take the one that you understand the most. Doesn't have to be a fancy website, even if it's just simple, just like what Dale just shared. I mean, that's actually an amazing work. And if I can even show you the first generative AI chatbot that I made with Streamlit, it was just very stupid and dumb. It's just a matter of asking it and it just answers. That's it. There's no fancy. And that's how the internet itself started, guys. The internet started as just a simple text. There was no pictures. There was no anything. It's just a text interface.
Okay.
And
Yeah, MS-DOS.
yeah, that's how it starts. So don't complicate it. Just go ahead and start.
Cool. So I think people are started leaving now, but before people start leaving, just can I just share my screen and then we can continue our discussion? I just want to announce few things. But thanks a lot, Dale, for your presentation. It was very well. I know there are a lot of questions. People will come out to you, but this is a very good progress. And uh, just give. I will open the floor to open discussion. But some people are just leaving out. I have now made this officially. I made this for 1.5 hours, but 1 hour will be the main stuff. And after that, we will, before that, I just want to present the winner for the weekly challenge and announce few announcements. And then we will open it up to discussions about the next steps, the next plan. And I will also talk to Zach. Maybe you can also, we will just see the calendar of the talks. Few of the sessions are booked, but whichever is the free available, you can also take some time and also talk about a particular topic that you want to share with the group. So I'm just sharing my screen and so what I do is we have been consistently since the last 1.5 months. We are doing weekly challenges, right? For in the community, for we did for Python last week, it was for SQL. And so everyone participated. Thank you everyone for participating in that. And but for this particular week, the you can see my screen, right? It is stuck. Wait. Guys, can you see my screen? Okay. You can see my screen, right, guys? Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So Harini has won this week's SQL challenge, and I will be sharing this. I will be communicating with you personally. Thanks a lot, Harini, for your participation. And this is one thing that we do weekly to encourage people to plan, to participate in these challenges. So next week, the plan is to do. So we have been doing Python for a long time. So next week we are going to do statistics challenge, right? We are going to from starting from today. Question that is going to be coming will be coming from maths and statistics for this week. And participation in these type of challenges actually help everyone to also practice their skills and also to keep your mind fresh. So, and I will recommend people who are serious now. Many people in this group are new to data science and AI, right? If you can mute someone, it will be, I think, Dale. Okay. Mohammad Ashraf, can you mute? Mohammad Ashraf, let me mute him. Okay. So the thing is, I know some of you are already experts, but even for experts, it is good to practice challenges. It makes you you can say sharpen your skills. And there is also one hackathon that is going on, that is the visual hackathon. So we have 6 more days. I have got around 3 submissions till now. So this is the hackathon. And I will this is a very good, this particular thing, the data is already there with you. We have a data already there. We have a collaboration with pack to get a physical copy book, and also the second one, a free course from the academy. This is a good way for you to practice visualization, right? How you are going to understand the data, process the data, and make stories out of the data. And this is one thing that is very much required for any data science professional to do, other than what we are talking right now. So I'm also planning in the next month to do some Python maybe project hackathons. Specifically, I'm open for feedbacks from the community, like maybe an app like Dale showed, right? He created an app on CKD. So we can maybe have a competition for people to ask them to create an Python app. It can be anything. It cannot just be chatbot. It can be any app that is there. Host it on Gradio or somewhere, and we can see which app is doing the best. So we can think about some next month's challenge that is starting from July on this Python app challenge or something. But for this month, it is Viz Hackathon. So the thing about this community is weekly challenges is one thing I will want to really focus on, and monthly one hackathon. This way, the engine keeps running. These types of meetups that is there planned for 1.5 hours. But the main challenge is to get people on a weekend who are serious on this meetup. some of the speakers to share their knowledge, because see, to be honest, whatever knowledge that I'm getting out of here is very valuable, because till now I did not know about Gradio. I was using Streamlit. I did not know so much about Power Automate that Pradeep told in the last session. So we learn a lot of new things, and we know now. I know if I have something to go in Power Automate, I can go and ask Pradeep. If I want something in Python app development, I can go and ask. So this is how the community grows. We come to know each other, and the best way to coming to know each other is coming for meetups like this, talking to each other and discussing. Right now I have in this meetup there are 7 to 8 people who are very much regular. So now I'm able to understand them, right? And I know like Pradeep, I know Azam, I know Patrick, now Dale also have been communicating. So now this is how you have to uh, build a community or a network. Many of the people who join in the group, they leave because they think that once their job, they come in, they will get a job, they will get work, they will get projects, but that is not how things work, right? You have to first uh, show what you know. You have to contribute little bit. You have to tell. You have to talk. Then people will come to know about you. And so we are based out of Dubai. So we also are planning to do a physical meetup after summers. We and some of you who are in but the thing is, this is mostly an online community because we have people from various parts of the world, and that is the good thing about this. But physical meetings, because we are also planning to have little bit and online meetings will continue. And my request to everyone here is as a start, so this is our 7th meetup. We have been regularly doing this, pushing a lot of people to join, but I'm happy at least we had around 17-18 people join today. And that is also a good number, right? Anything above 15 is a good number for sessions to happen, knowledge sharing to come. And also when I invite speakers, right, they also, if I invite a speaker from outside and he sees only 9 or 10 people in the meetup, in this particular meetup, then he will not also be motivated to even join. So I will request everyone just to keep this time 2 p.m. Dubai time, or maybe blocked in your calendar, and try to make it up here. We will plan a lot of other speakers lined up that are there for knowledge sharing. These things will continue. The discussion will continue weekly. We can take out 1 to 1.5 hours for the community, and that is my thing. Now over to Dale. So Harini, I will reach out to you to get your email to send you the coupon code and everything. And thank you, and keep participating for the other challenges also. And thank you very much.
On a note, thank you, Arshad sir, because the challenges were it was like I was revising whatever I had learned before. So it was very useful. So, and even I actually regret missing out on the Python challenge. I joined after that. So
No
it was
problem.
very
You will get
useful.
an
I just looked into it.
Yeah, we will
But
do statistics. After statistics, 1 week again, we will go back to Python, because Python is the core of AI.
yeah,
Maybe I'm
okay.
thinking next after statistics, I will do a generative AI quiz to see or maybe large language model. Someone in this particular room can help me design a challenge specifically for just to test. I know it becomes very simple. It becomes very simple. They can easily Google it. So that is why coding challenges and statistics challenges are tough. But
And
it is good awareness type thing we can do. Something like not
yeah, can
just
I
to
share,
see.
Mohammed?
Yeah, go
Sorry.
ahead.
Yeah, so to answer your question, we don't really have to learn Python from scratch. There's so many tools out there like Code Whisperer, GitHub Copilot that actually does the code for us. So this is what I believe where the future we are going to. We don't even need to code anymore. You just need to talk in your own language. And we don't have, because people have done so much work in coding that we just need to talk to it in our own language. And coding is
Okay.
there. And there are so many models trained with codes.
So, okay, we will not go in that debate. Are you a coder?
Yes, I'm a backend developer myself. I did Python,
Okay.
Java, and everything.
So that's why you're talking like that.
So I also like the basics. Even AI can explain it to you, and I can show you how.
No,
You can
that's
even
why,
put.
just can I complete, because I have
Go
18,
ahead.
you can respect my experience,
I do,
right?
sir.
Yes. You know coding, that's why you are making that statement. Anyone who is experienced enough and who can tell this, you need to learn the basics of coding. You need to know the logical statements. You need to know how to build logic statements, when to do what. I know you don't need to know the syntaxes by heart, but need to have that logic building skills, and that comes when you are doing coding, when you know the basics. I know you don't need to know all the syntaxes by heart, but at least you have to spend time and know when to use what. And you cannot directly depend upon, if you know the basics little bit, if you know when to use if, when to know for, when to know the other loops, the output will give you the code, but you need to at least have a look at it and see whether it is actually making sense. Because
Yeah.
if you don't know, if you suppose now you will tell me that I don't need to know English because chat gpt is giving me the all the output, so that is not the sense. You need to know at least the language, learn the language to comprehend it, then you can use it to do your work. But you need to first learn the language, learn what are the things that are there. I
Okay.
understand, I know, I'm talked to many people who tell this, but the reality is if you don't know,
I
you
know.
will get lost. And this has been the case. I know there is a debate about this, but this is, and because this community is mainly not for shortcuts.
I understand.
Right. I know that you are experienced coder, but just I will
I
recommend you to not to, you need to tell the new beginners to at least
I
learn this.
understand. I understand. But
Because if the
here's
thing
how
is,
we can solve it.
yeah,
Here's how. So this is a problem, and how can we solve this problem? So we solve this problem using AI. So I can use AI. I can ask the AI in Arabic, "Hey, ChatGPT, can you write me a Python function that does computes the salary of these two employees and also minus the tax?" And he'll give me the code. Now I'll ask him, "Can you explain this in Arabic?" Yeah, sure. This is what it means. This is an F statement, and this is what it does. So we don't have to do anything. It's just there for us. That's why AI is there. And I'm telling you, there are agents, what AI agents we call them. I can tell it, write me a full Java application, just plain English, write me a full Java application that does this and that. And it goes and build the whole application for me. And you can search it. It's there on YouTube. There's actually people who are doing it, and you can do that.
you're
You
talking about
and
auto
me.
GPT. Auto
Yeah,
GPT.
yeah. So for me, like, we don't have that's people have done so much work to do that for us, and thanks to AI is here to help us understand everything. So we just utilize this tool to make our things, make our life easier. We don't have to start from scratch. It's there now. They did it for us. So I just ask it. I think I would recommend everybody start using ChatGPT and any AI tools like what they'll have provided. And I can share with you so many open source tools like ChatGPT that you don't have to pay anything. Even Bard, you can just use Google Bard. It will teach you any language you want in just seconds. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, that is.
I fully understand, and I really respect your point of view, which is of course, you would need to understand the basics of programming so that you know how your application actually works. But we can also use AI to help us understand. Hey, explain to me in Hindi, explain to me in Arabic, and it's actually so good. It's so good at it right now that you can trust it into some degree. So like, I think we've been so far behind, or we are so far
So
behind that.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, that is correct. It has made things easier, but there is a lot of debate. I don't want to go into the debate, but
That's fine.
the
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
is, you
I
need
respect that.
to at least spend some time to know the basics. After
Yeah.
that, yeah, the before you needed to spend a lot of time. Now you need to, you should know, right? What are the different types of data
Yes.
structures? What are the
Yeah.
different types of the data types? What are the conditional state? You should know all that, when to use what. At least you should know once. You don't need to know I'm not telling you need to know the syntaxes,
Yeah.
right? You can all, but you need to know when to use what
This
and
actually, I'm
what is
sorry.
possible.
Yeah, this is a
Yes.
problem I hate about our current educational system. I mean, I have been fighting myself since college. I really hate how they made it look so standard and make these IQ tests and everything. They're just, it's like you're locking yourself inside a container and you're telling, hey, if to climb out of this container, you have to go follow these steps. I can just break it and get out of it. So we have enclosed ourselves or encapsulated ourselves in a bubble that we think, yeah, this is what knowledge is really is. Maybe that's what previous generations have did before us. Like Einstein said, hey, the theory of relativity or gravity is the theory of everything. But now Kaku, after how many years ago, or how many years, Kaku, who is the lead scientist in theoretical physics, is now saying, hey, string theory is now the theory of everything. So what the previous generation thought was everything is actually not our current generation. So in every generation, we have the tools that are there for us that we can utilize to get out of the bubble and explode and just do the things we have been created to do. God has gave us this intelligent mind, and we can't let other people restrain us by standards and guides and quizzes and exams and all that. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I know it's good. I know there are people like you who are this, but the thing is, we have to. There are the difference of opinions, and people here who have never coded will understand this. You have been coding, so you're telling. So it's so you're telling like this. But people,
I'm not really an expert in coding. I'm not really. I'm just like somebody who tries to solve a problem. That's it. Like what do I need? Like when I was researching, how can I make a chatbot? Okay, you can use Python. Okay, you can use Streamlit. Oh, okay, you can use this model. Okay, I just
but that is
find
not
whatever I
coding.
need.
That is not coding, right?
Sorry.
That is not. That is not coding.
Coding is you have to like write a simple code program. So for me, it's just let's not try to complicate it. Rather, use the tools that God has given to us, or people have worked so hard just to give us this tool. You just utilize it. We can do so much more beyond programming. We
Have
might
you
even
worked in any company,
invent
Mr.
new
Zach?
programming languages that are beyond the current programming language that
He doesn't have a full stop.
Huh?
Sorry.
I am asking, have you worked
I'm
in a
exploding.
company? Zach, have you worked in any company full time?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Which company were you working full time? Did you have you
Yes,
seen?
sir. I have worked 4 years full time back end, front end developer, full stack DevOps. I'm not stupid, okay? I have been
I'm
doing
not.
the
I'm
work.
not asking this.
I have been doing the work. I just what I'm trying to say is, do you know, like there was assembly programming language, there was COBOL. Why are we not studying assembly and COBOL programming languages? Fortnite. Why are we not studying Fortran, which is the very first programming language? Because it's outdated. We don't use it anymore. That's the thing. So let's not try to restrain ourselves with what has been there and grasp or use what we have and proceed forward. Invent new things. That's the curiosity. That's how creative our minds are. It's like my mind is really right now is gonna explode. It's because there's so many ideas we can do, but we're restrained by these standards and stuff that they've been telling us, and like do this and do that. You have to go wild, trust me. I'm sorry. again,
It's fine. It's
guys.
fine.
But Zach, when you will be presenting exclusively, I want you to be very focused. Okay, today I'm trying to listen to you, but you are jumping from one topic to another
Yes.
topic to something else. Don't do that. Okay, because we have to
So
respect everyone's
see
time.
the
And
problem, yeah, Zach. See the problem is this community is very much focused on people to learn basics, right?
Yeah.
And
understand.
we are only talking about Python here. I'm not talking about learning COBOL. So please respect this group.
I respect you so much.
Respect the people who are here. Many of them are new learners. We don't want to make them confused more. That the
Yep.
purpose of this community is if you are is to make if you are there in the group, you have seen focus.
Yeah.
Focus on learning Python and SQL, because these two you have to at least know the basics. I'm not talking about anything else. After that, build projects. Now, the building projects part, you can talk about that is called process engineering and system design. The one that you are telling, right? How to be creative, that is very good. That is a good thing. But the problem when we tell people to at least you should know a little bit of Python and SQL is because you have to have that logical building knowledge, and that comes with practice. There is no other way you can learn, correct? You have to go in, you have to practice, you have to do it, you have to build projects.
Yep,
right?
that's right.
So that
I
is the
agree with
only
that.
yes,
That's
that is
the
the only message
That's the
that I am
foundation.
trying. Yes, that is the thing, and we want to keep people focused. And the problem is that you said, right, we are getting
Sir,
lost. There are so many.
this guy really can be a big asset for our community. We do not have to underestimate his knowledge, because
Yes,
we really need this kind of guys who can motivate us. Because
Guys,
the
we're
way he
so
talk,
behind.
the way he is talking, he is
yes,
talking out of the box, and we are still living inside the box.
Exactly.
Amazing. Yes, that's why
Thank you,
I'm
Francis.
telling you. Zach, that's why I'm telling you.
I know there are people who would be ignoring him. But I'm thinking, really, this guy can be a big asset for our community.
Yes, yes. I also agree. And I tell that you talk about the second part, like building projects. And
Because
don't comment.
experience speaks. We are inexperienced, so we don't have such words to speak. And he is full of energy, full of experience. That's why words are speaking.
Amazing. Yes.
Really appreciate it. And I really fully respect you, Mohammad Arshad. It's not that I'm disrespect or anything. It's just that I have been like from my experiences, the reason why I'm like this, the reason why my ideas are crazy like this is because I've experienced all this. Do you know where I came from? I came from a very mountain in a village in Yemen that I never expected I would be here. I came all the way from the mountains of Yemen that
Where are you? Which city?
I came from Taiz, Yemen, and there's like a province in Yemen that it's in the mountains. Just to get
Now
there,
where are you?
I'm in the
Now where are
Philippines
you?
right now.
Oh,
I've been,
nice, nice.
I
Are
went
you
through a lot. I went through a lot that I'm
are
still
you
amazed.
from Yemen?
Yeah, I'm from Yemen. I mean, I speak Filipino, I speak Tagalog, I speak Arabic, I speak English, I speak because I've had
See,
so
that
much
is what
experiences.
Arshad sir, what I said. This guy really amazing guy for our community.
Yes, yes. I am not telling he's not amazing. I am not, but I'm just telling that.
I'm not, guys, I'm not. I
I will talk to
swear. I am just like
brother.
you. I'm just
But
like anybody of you. I'm just curious. That's it.
No, no, you have energy. You have a
No,
lot of energy.
yeah, that if all of us should have it because we're intelligent.
Now, today I am down of energy because I just came up from outside, but you are full of energy. But the thing is, when you don't say that you don't need to learn, that is what I don't like to hear. You have to learn.
Yeah, maybe I delivered it. Maybe I was not able to deliver my message the way you teach me.
Yeah.
this guy really has made me full of energy.
But that energy has to be concentrated and has to be focused. Otherwise,
True.
Yeah.
it will explode.
True. True.
So
Yeah,
that
I
is
love that. Thank you so much. I take that
that is
as
a group.
advice.
That is why this thing is a good thing about groups.
Let me
You
share
know,
So
something. Hey, guys, let me share something.
I was
Sorry.
really feeling clumsy when I just focused to you, and it is gone. Now
Guys,
I'm also very energetic.
let me share this small thing that will blow your mind. How do we speak different languages? It's just sound. It's just a sound. You speak Hindi, I speak Arabic, he speaks English, and this one speaks different languages. It's just because we wanted to communicate to our parents or people that we just wanted to communicate and just we made the first sound ooh, e. And then we started to connect these letters. It became words. We connected words. Now we have language. Connect languages. Now you have, it's like imagine we bridge all these languages, and I think AI has the possibility to bring all these languages together. I can just talk my language and it's just programming. So that's how it is. And that's also that's how it works in physics. And that's how even our computers, it's just a 0 and 1. You group zeros and ones, you make something out of these zeros and ones. So this is also for quantum computing or the qubits. The qubits, they have like two instances. They could be a 0 and 1 at the same time. And if you group multiple qubits, and this is why quantum computing is going to change the whole world. It's going to change how our computers actually are. So, sorry. Yes, I'll put it there.
Thank you so much for your participation, brother.
Thank you, guys.
yes. So that is it. Any more questions for Dale? Left or he's there? He's quiet now. You have put him in the background. Where is Dale?
No,
He's listening to us.
I'm actually enjoying Zach's energy. I just put a question
So
to the
what
group.
is what is your thoughts about learning the basics?
Learning the basics are very important. I mean, there was a report based on the GitHub research saying that 92% of coders now rely on AI, right? This is actual programmers admitted that 2% of them actually rely on AI. But what I found in my own development is that, yeah, you could get help from AI here and there, but at some point you are rescued by your knowledge of the basics when it comes to Python coding. And the knowledge, even when AI would give you, AI sometimes hallucinates, sometimes it gives you incorrect coding. And you're all over the place because the AI bot created a function that didn't exist in Python. So sometimes your knowledge of basics rescues you when you're in tough situations. So though
Yeah.
GitHub says 92% of their programmers relying on AI, that's really not a safe strategy. Sometimes development problems arise that only a knowledge of the basics can save you from, thorough knowledge of the basics. So they
Yeah.
go hand in hand. I don't think you can rely totally on AI and so on. You need the knowledge of the basics. So you're right in that respect, Mr. Arshad.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. It's just that, I mean, this is how we've had our languages. Our languages have been documented all over the time, and that's why we're able to speak like this, is because these people who were before us have documented everything for us. But like in every generation, we have new tools, and we need like let's say ChatGPT right now, that it's providing incorrect code. It's because it didn't have the right coding, because it would never say something out of it's like, it just says what it was trained on. It's not that smart. So you need to train it on like maybe coding. There are books for coding and everything, and it will just tell you what it saw in that coding. It's not trying to invent a new word. It's just what was like you need to go back to how transformers work, and I recommend everybody to understand how transformers work. So transformers, they was invented by Google in 2017. Actually, Google should have been the first one to make ChatGPT, not OpenAI, because they've invented the transformer, which takes letters, or this is how we train the model. So at first, the language model doesn't understand anything. It's just an algorithm. Now we need to feed it. So we give the letters and converts the letters into numbers, and then it inputs these numbers into it. It's like tries to group them together, and then tries to predict if after this certain of words, this word should come next. So it doesn't say something from its own. It's not creating it. Rather, it was that it's just pulling this from the training data it was given to it. So if we give it honest and correct data, it will give us the best coding. If I feed it a Python book, it will give me the best coding standards based on this Python book. It's not inventing anything from its own. And that's how generative AI works.
Yeah, but the problem with that, the one problem with that though, Zach, is that its training cut off for 2021. Speaking about ChatGPT specifically, and
That's
there
why
are
we need to
new
make our
Python
own.
methods. Sometimes there might be new Python methods, new libraries, new things after 2021. And a person could be relying on that pre-2021 coding, right? And going all over the place, but I'm not really keeping up to date with Python coding where it actually is. So you really need a knowledge of the basics and really need to be a Python enthusiast and developer. And that would help you rather than relying on coding, trained on data and GitHub before 2021.
I mean, that's why we have open source models. I can train it with whatever data I want. So it doesn't have to be 2021. Even ChatGPT right now can actually scrape the internet. I can connect ChatGPT. That's why we have the autonomous, the agents. So I give it a tool. Look for this is a tool that helps you scrape the internet. Look for the articles. It pulls the articles from the internet. Now it reads these articles that have been recently published, gets that code, understands it, and give you the answer. So all I'm saying,
that could be a good workaround. Yeah, that could be a good workaround. But I more prefer to rely on knowledge, visiting python.org, seeing what's new, reading through the documentation, rather than trusting a chatbot that can hallucinate and sometimes make errors, especially when it comes to coding. I mean,
it's only
they have to go hand in hand.
It only hallucinates because it has been given. Let's say, let's say I fed my model with bad data, like cursing and bad words. Now it's gonna hallucinate. It's gonna say bad words that it wasn't supposed to say, but that was part of my training data. If I give it clean data, it will never come up with its own, because it knows that this word should always become after this word. Like, let's say if I said Mohammad, then Arshad should always become after Mohammad Arshad, because I given an article about Mohammad Arshad. Okay, I think my computer is gonna die. Wait, give me a second. So I mean,
his computer is dying, but he is still,
That is fine.
his battery is still not drained.
Yeah, I'm back. I got it. Okay, so there you go. So I mean, these models, they're not making up their own, guys. It's what we train them. It's like you have a baby. If you train your baby to be a bad boy, it's gonna be a bad boy, and it's always gonna be learning. That's why you need to always update it. That's why we need to give it tools or access to internet to research articles.
Yeah, man, contact me. I have sent you my WhatsApp number.
Yeah, by the way, guys, I'm working full time. I have really, so it's not that I don't have work right now. I have work full time, but I really wanted to share this with you, and I'm willing to communicate with other people as well, just to share my knowledge, because like this is what I've been through. And the reason why I actually came all the way from Yemen is because my father was trying to make me understand mathematics and physics and chemistry, and I was like, Dad, why are you forcing me to learn these? I swear to God, I think I was, I don't know, grade 12 or 11, something.
Yeah,
But
will reply me.
so like I was telling my dad, why do you have to teach me all of this? Like, yeah, just put it in there. Just I wanted to get out of that. Like, how can I come up with something that I don't have to do all of these? Like, you did it, guys. Anyway, sorry we went beyond our time. Let's give me another time. I'm willing to speak again, guys.
Yeah, I will do that. And guys, so what we are going to do is think about ideas, how you can do the use case. I put it on the link, put it on the group who are all interested to work on that use case
By
and
the
give
way,
ideas.
Mohammed,
Give ideas.
yeah, sorry. Are we sharing, like, is this recorded and shared somewhere? Because I mean, it's better we keep it for ourselves, because I don't wanna. I talked earlier about other things that maybe
No,
it should
this is recorded. This is
It's
just for us.
recorded.
already public.
Just for
It's
us. Just for
And
recorded.
us.
already, this is live streaming
All
also.
Oh my holy shit! No way.
This is yes.
OpenAI already
That's why
listened to
we are
you.
so professional here.
Holy
So
my goodness! What did I
this is
do?
this is live streaming. This is
No way.
recording.
Can we pull it back? Is there any way you can revert it?
No,
You
No
will get
way.
a call from OpenAI anytime soon.
Holy shit! No way. Oh my goodness, guys! No way.
just mention that this is my AI bot talking. I'm not speaking. The views are from my AI bot, from my digital twins. The views that I've expressed are not personal views. This is from my digital twin powered by ChatGPT.
And now it is easy to create morphed videos and also you can easily
Yes.
escape.
Oh,
Now he's quiet.
where is this published? I mean, maybe we can. I mean, it's not. I don't want to judge, guys. I don't want to jump into conclusions. I could be wrong. Like, hey.
This is your personal opinion. It's fine. No, nothing.
Yeah. So we don't have to share it. We can just keep it for our community for now, and then when we thrive, maybe in the future, we can share it.
No. This is all recorded because everyone who many people are not in the time zone of this, so they have to see the recording earlier on.
Oh, holy crap!
So then it's
Allah,
nothing
Allah.
that you because that you have to keep it professional, right? Because this is
I was not
this is not
professional. I was just spitting words. I was
Yaman,
just letting
don't
my
worry.
mind
There
go.
was nothing wrong in your speech. There was nothing wrong. Don't worry. about it.
Okay. Thank you
nothing
so
was
much.
wrong. It is just opinion, and nowadays everyone has an opinion, so it is good to speak. But we, as Pradeep told, we have to focus. Our focus is about projects and talking about projects, how to build projects. And this is a very good use case that I have put it on the group. Think about it. Go through the link. If you have some ideas, post it out. That what you can do build an app that you can submit to the Falcon use case, and we can have in our next meeting when we are having the call, we can talk about it and we can submit something. And thank you everyone for joining, and it was a good turnaround, and see you next week, same time. And thanks again, Dale, for your presentation. It was very, very helpful.
Yeah.
And
Thank you so much,
everyone
guys.
everyone from
Mohammed?
here learned.
Okay.
Hey, Mohammed,
Yeah, go ahead.
can I have a private discussion with you after class? Just 5 minutes. I won't take your time.
You can both of you are available on WhatsApp, right? So you can talk to each other, because I need to disconnect this call and go to another call, this Zoom link that is there.
Or can I just talk here, or is it okay?
You want to ask him something?
You, I want to talk to you.
Oh, you want to talk to me? Yeah, go ahead. Is it one-on-one?
Yeah,
What is the question?
The thing is that I have some experience back home as in projects, so to speak. So I traveled to, I'm in Canada right now. So as a student, so I learned some basics in big data and project management. However, class activities, I'm not I'm not that good in the coding, and I have the passion. I want to learn it, and but I'm done in school presently, so I have the passion to learn uh the
Mm.
Python, big data, to so to speak, but I'm really struggling with it. And some interviews I've had in the recent past, I've not been able to get the job. Maybe basically, possibly because of not having that knowledge, so to speak. So I need your advice on what and steps to take, at
So
least to.
one advice I tell everyone is try to build a project, right? Uh, Learn Python from whatever source it is. Start building a project. You have a resume, you have a profile. Just add one project and talk about that project in your interviews, in your resumes. That is the best way for anyone to showcase their skills, right? People see if they're hiring you for a data role, they will expect you to know a little bit of Python and work on a project end to end and talk about it. So that is the solution that I give. I know it is a shortcut. What you can do is you can message me separately on WhatsApp. Maybe you can talk about it. But the way you think about it is making a project like we always discuss. Try to because that is helps a lot in your resume. If you, I know you have a big data experience, project management experience, but if you want to do some AI project, then try to put it in your resume. Do some project, do some say like simple project like today. Dale told a project, right? Something like that. How, I know it was very simple, but little bit you can write about it that you have done this project. You have used Python, you have used LLMs. So that is a one way that you can it can help you get a job. That is what I tell
Then
people.
I have another interview on Monday, business system analyst role. Uh, do you
System
have any
analyst.
idea? Yes,
That
business
is
system.
not a data role. I think it is more of
Yeah,
a,
yeah.
it is a different role. It is
I
not
know. I just
data.
want to know. I from what I learned from you, you have interviewed so many people, and what are the uh things that I can I can prepare on, or what do you think I can do, to.
For but I
Yeah.
cannot advise you for this role that you are saying because I don't know the
Okay.
job description, specifically business system analyst. But whatever is there in the job description, in the interviewer will try to look at what if you can do the job or not. They will
Mohammed,
try to.
let me answer him.
Yes,
Hey,
go
Okay.
ahead.
yeah. It's simple. Just go use ChatGPT. Take my advice. Go use ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT the way you want to ask it in any language you want. It will answer all your questions. Trust me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just
Oh,
even if it takes $20, pay that $20 and just talk to it. Trust me.
Why are you paying
okay.
$20? You can
And
use the APIs, right? Why to waste your, $20? You can ask so many questions.
yeah,
Okay.
there's like a free chatbots actually, just like ChatGPT, like Google Bard. Google Bard is open and free. Go use Google Bard. Just search
Oh,
Google Bard, and even Microsoft Bing. They all know the programmings, and they will answer anything you want about any career, any question, anything.
okay. Okay. Yeah. Can you just put it on the chat box? I don't really get the spelling of what you told me. Or just asked. You said
I'll
chat
send you the
what?
link. Yeah, I'll send you the link of Google Bard's chatbot.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send
Okay.
you here.
Okay.
I'll send it in the
All right.
chat. Give me a second.
Okay.
Here. Just log in, create an
Thank.
account. It's free, and then ask it whatever you want, man. Let
All right.
your creativity go wild.
Okay. Thank you so much.
So
Yeah, I got
thank
it
you,
now.
everyone. I hope you best of luck for your interview. And you can message me also if you have anything. You have my WhatsApp, right? So you can message me. And best of luck for your journey. And thank you everyone for joining and staying for so late. And see you everyone again. I request you to join again next week and continue the discussion that we are going to stop today. Thank you again, Pradeep,
Thank you.
Dale,
Thank you, everyone.
Zach, everyone who is
Thank you
here.
so much. This community is thanks to you. I never expected we have these communities in the Middle East, and I was surprised that you pulled this off. Thank you so much, man, for this. grouping people together, that's the best thing anybody can do, man. It's better than rocket science. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So I hope you join next week as well.
I'll definitely do. As long as it's weekend, because I have work other than weekends. So like Saturday, Sunday, I'm fine.
We have worked a lot. This is our 7th meetup. We have tried a lot of times and we have finalized this time for at least for some time to go. 2 p.m. Right now in Dubai, it is 2 p.m. I think in Philippines, it will be around 10
6
a.m.
p.m. It's like 6 p.m. for me.
6 p.m. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
it is
that's fine.
later.
Yeah,
That's
thank you
nice.
so much.
See you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye,
you so
bye,
much.
Mr. Arshad.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Mohammad Ashraf. Thank you, Azam, Asia. I know you did not speak today, Asia, Azam, but I hope it was helpful. Do join next week as well and have a great.
Where is Asya today? I have not heard.
She is quiet. She is here only. Today the stage was taken by Mr.
Yaman,
Zach. Mr. Zach. His name is Zach.
Zach.
This thank you itself is of 100 tokens.
No. He. This is the good. It's energy. It's a young blood.
Yeah.
It's okay.
For our community.
It is okay. There should be some energy. There should be someone who is fighting. That is nice. Or else it will become boring. But don't use your brains.
When he came, just a few seconds, I was feeling clumsy. He came, and I got energy.
It's contagious.
It is nice. It is nice. So thank you. And next week we will have maybe Patrick speaking. Patrick was stuck in. I think he joined, but he was. We'll see. I will let you guys know, and we can talk more about in the group. Bye bye. I have to join another call already. I'm late.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye. Thank you so much.